All right, everybody, doing good film work here. Shooting into the light on plexi. It's going to be great. We are Traces of War. This is August of 43 to March of 44. Soviets have had enough. They want to push these guys back. Can they push them back to this river line, to these Victory City hexes? Who knows? I have many games in this kind of game series. Not Traces necessarily, because I've not played any of the Vucas yet. It's been said a million times, beautiful board, beautiful counters, beautiful plays. I don't need to keep going on it, but it is amazing. I love the text. I love the look of the map. I'm a map dude. Boop. So I love a beautiful map. I do have all the victory lost and weights and all that stuff, which is kind of the same system, same designer. Looking forward to it. I'm going to try to do this in one sitting. I want to film, but I don't know because that takes time out of the playing. And I kind of wanted to maybe just experience it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll take notes. Maybe I'll interrupt. I don't know what I want to do here. It's tough for me to, I'll be honest, sit here and film, play a game without some interaction of some kind. Maybe I should play face-to-face, you say. But I do need to read the rule. I'm kind of at this stage also of reading the rules and playing. So I probably won't do a lot of filming. Maybe I'll jump in live when I'm a few turns in. I don't know. But here we go. Let's see how it goes. The time is 12:45. Let's see. Basically, this is the front we're looking at. This is the whole front. We're basically kind of looking at this section here, kind of tilted, I think, a little bit. We're kind of looking down on this side. Sorry for the blurriness. I'm just trying to go. I don't want to spend too much time. But going to be talking about those Soviet advances to the Dnieper, covering these advances here, and then also the Ukraine and Crimea will also be kind of covered, on this map as well. Again, to March of 44, so not quite to May. All right, and of course the great notes in the Vuca game, so you can kind of see it there as well. Okay, now my plan. Sweep a few of these guys around to this side. It looks a little weaker. Try to break through here a little bit. It's going to be tough because it's in rough ground. Get these guys to try to take this weak point here and kind of break this up to get Kharkov as soon as possible. Sweep these guys around and try to take this weak point. And probably just reinforce this a little bit and not push as much because these guys will try to get around here to get these guys out of supply. Isolate, same. Here, okay, so how you get, I'm going to try to finish this in 4 turns, which means you take 50 points, which means you're taking these and getting points for these things here, and points for number of units, Soviet units on this side of the river, supplied or out of supplied. 50 points is going to be tough. The Soviets also, at the end of the game, can get points for those. That's amazing. And then for cities, they get a pretty big point. So Kharkov would matter in that scenario. So, but I'm also like, well, I might want to remember that scenario as well. Actually, I need to think about that. If I'm going for the 50 points, which are these, I need to not worry about the cities on this game. Victory conditions, victory conditions, victory conditions. Now I've got to embrace, I'm sitting here embracing, just channeling my inner McMurray. Come on, buddy. Play like McMurray. Go. Attack, attack, attack. Okay, into turn 1. A little bit of progress. Got that guy isolated up there. That's cool. And then a little bit of a breakthrough on this side of the river. So it's good to you got to get past this first river. Got over this river. Boy, I tell you what, you can't even cross, like this guy can't even cross here. Like this guy will probably move up. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. If this guy moves up here, they can go there. I don't know. Nope, they can't. Oh yeah, they'll be isolated and out of supply. Shoot, or out of supply. Anyway, so we are making some progress, and there are some like little things up here, like, oh yeah, there's not a river here. These little blue lines that show their like command, like right here. And that's not a river. That's just a thing. So you got to make sure I don't confuse that for a river there. Anyway, there we go. Turn 1. What are my chances of getting 50 points before 50 points. Good Lord. Before turn 4's over? Pretty low, I'm thinking right now. I'll have to see something big happen. Tower, they're giving be a big part of that. All right, cool. Hey, what's up, everybody? Wardrobe here, doing a little filming, and my camera's all wonky donkey, so let's fix that. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, game over. I don't need to say wardrobe here because it's all one video. Game over at the third turn. Second chit pulled because Airborne was pulled, and Airborne landed in Stelino. They were 8 hexes from an in-supply unit. 2, 3, 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be exact. And they put a control point there, and they took control of the city. Here, let me anyway, they took Stelino back. Soviet control. That was a lapse on the German part. I pulled away from there thinking, well, they're not going to break over here. Totally forgot about the Airborne. So funny. I was thinking about the Airborne from the Soviet side. I didn't even think of that on either side. I was playing both sides here. It's hilarious. I was making some breakthroughs up here. I had isolated two tank units, 2 German tank units, and they made an amazing breakthrough to get out here to save themselves. So if I playing against somebody as a German player, I'd be pretty mad because I'd be like, I cleared that out. I was doing, this guy's going to get isolated, now to supply this next supply chit. But I was kind of starting to move some guys back. Now they have a control point here. I could now get a Luftwaffe marker, activate more units, and maybe even get some reinforcements, which would have been nice. Yeah. So I used OKH to interrupt so I could fill some gaps here. Totally didn't put anybody. In fact, I drew people away from that town. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me go over a few points that I wanted to talk about on the game real quick. What do I like about it? Well, real quick, my one complaint about it is the rivers and the streams, the differences are a little hard to see. But I mean, you get used to it. I mean, I'm not going to be able to show a major river, minor river. I suppose they're pretty clear. They kind of also look a little bit like, so that, and then the little thing, I mean, it's not that big a deal, is they have the lines drawn on here. Like you see the maps, the era maps drawn, like, this is the 6th Army and it's kind of the lines. Well, they're blue and they're right next to rivers. I guess I kind of wish they would have been a different color because they look like maybe like streams or something. Just as you're kind of looking at the maps, you kind of got to make sure it's not that big a deal. Okay. I liked it. I mean, this is just a dumb thing. I won't ever make that mistake again. Well, that's not true, but I'll try not to make that mistake. I like HQ activation. It seemed a little different than the victory ones with OKH. You can either activate a certain number of units or a unit or a headquarters. I don't feel like that's an option, the activating a headquarters. I think you can activate units in command or something. Anyway, I like that. I like the negotiations where you start to I was either going to remove it. So I was so focused up here where there's a supreme command order. So if this hadn't have been here, the supreme command counter, that there, that wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have been out. They wouldn't have got that victory there. And I was going to use an OKH to remove a command marker up here, but then I thought, as a German player, that no, if I keep it up there for a little while longer, it would distract the Soviets, which it kind of was, because then I was thinking as a Soviet, oh man, all I have to do is take that town, but it was going to be super hard. I moved a thing, it's 7 defense, and it's 2 shifts. So now they'd have to get 14, 2 shifts. You'd have to get up to 5 to 1, and that'd be 70. No, 15. Anyway, whatever it was. I'd have to get a lot of points around it, and that would just be impossible. I could isolate them and do all that, but that would take more than 4 turns. I don't know how the 4-turn game is possible based on the victory point method. Besides that, that was a ridiculous mistake. I don't know. I mean, if I wanted to, I could keep playing it, but I got what I wanted to do out of this. This is a cool game. I'll play it again. I like that you can do combat then movement, or movement and then combat, which is normally what you do, move and combat. I can see yourself getting yourself set up in where you could, where everyone's like, you could do a, let's see, you could do a move combat and have everyone ready to go and then do a combat movement if they're activated a second time. That would be awesome. I should have looked maybe for more opportunities to do that with the advances after combat and stuff. Getting steps lost is pretty tough. I only got 4 German units destroyed and 1 Soviet unit because he was surrounded. Surrounding is huge, of course. You want to do that. Battling across the river is tough. The stacking limit of 2 counters is tough. It's good. It's just tough to work around. I like the reinforcement thing coming in. So the first time you pull the chit, you get the same number. You can put them wherever you need them. That's what I like about this series that he designed. There's a lot of flexibility here. I mean, you're spreading units all over the place. You're not keeping it within, you know, like East Front series where you have to have everyone in command with the right people and all that stuff. It's more flexible than it should be, but it's so fun. And then the way the Germans reinforce is by paying for them, which is cool. Airborne marker was interesting. Now, what's interesting is the roads don't do anything for supply. Basically, you know, you just have to get the hexes to the end. The Germans only have one thing back there. The Soviets have a bunch. But, you know, you do get them isolated and stuff, and you can spread out, and, you know, they just can't go through a zone of control. So just make that happen as you get further out. Just, you know, you could be 2 hexes away, and you'd block out their, you know, 2 units cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, hexes, which is pretty cool. Now the roads really came into play, man. If the Soviets had got a breakthrough, like I moved a unit, which I shouldn't have done apparently, moved all the way around up to here into it. You know, he moved a lot because it's half movement without getting into the zone of control. And I think I put him in a zone of control, or oh, that was up there. So that's cool. I kind of wish roads were important for supply, but it's fine. There's so many roads on here, it wouldn't matter. No minimum move was interesting. So there's no, so like the 4 units aren't going to, the 4 and 5 units aren't moving if they're trapped in 2 zones or a zone of control, or 2 zones of control. I use these little tile markers to mark the who was in command. I think some of the games come with that. That's kind of nice to have so you can remember where they were. Because if you move your command stand or command counter. And it's also, I use these to mark my combats and write them on the board. That was nice. So actually, you know, so I don't know. This is great. I do want to try Traces of Hubris because I've never played Case Blue. Have I played that in another? I've never played the Case Blue, but Case Blue could be fun, and it would be a beautiful map like this. I like just some of the thinking they put into it with the changes. I know they're working on a West Front, which is pretty awesome, and I'm looking forward to that one. And that is that, I think. So cover your cities, Germans. And nothing, I don't know what to do down here. It was just like the last time I played that front, and couldn't make anything happen. I mean, I tried to embrace my inner McMurray, but I don't know. Let's see if I got any comment. I'm doing this live, so I'm going to see if I got any questions here. Nope, no questions. So thanks all for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.